Hello, welcome back to my journey through Unity and learning how to code with C Sharp. So, as you guys remember last week, I was working on my quiz game, History Mystery. I was working on my timer, and if you guys remember, this was a big part. I had this weird, strange glitch in my code that ended up making it like impossible to do, and I had to talk to a lot of the people about it. And so, what happened with this was I kind of had to stop because this was a point in my development where I had kind of reached a dead end. And I think that's like a good lesson to take, that sometimes things are not going to work and you just have to like take a step back away from it and just start over on something new, right? So what I did instead was I went to the next project. So this next project is called TileVania. So in this new project, what I've done so far is, so this project has actually been a lot about learning how to animate, right? So for example, in this animator, so I'll show you guys in the game. So let's say, so he's gonna start out and he's gonna be in idle. So idle code is just gonna be shuffling between the idle code, so it's gonna make him do that. And then let's say I do is running. So now it's going to do the is running code. So now it's going to shuffle through the frames, and I'll actually show you guys the frames that are being shown. And then if I unselect this, it's going to go back to idle. But if I click this, is climbing, it's going to go to the climbing animation, right? So some of the stuff for that is, so for idle, it's going to be running the idle motion. For running, the running motion. And for climbing, sorry. I'll have to zoom out and zoom back in. Or I could just do this. Okay, and then for the climbing, it's gonna show me the climbing animation, right? So now if I go to the animation and I go to, where is it? Oh, I have to select this. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, I get it. Sorry. So say I go to climb. I'm gonna show you guys this. So it's running through these two sprites. With idle, it's running through all these four, and it just keeps shuffling between them, as you guys can see. And with running, we're going through all these sprites to make the effect that it looks like he's running, you know? So what we had to do for this, actually, is, so let's go to Assets, let's go to Sprites. So I'll do this one later. But, so what we did was we grabbed these player sprites, right? And what we did was for example, like let's say the running animation is this to that or something. What we would do is we would select them, we'd create a new animation, we'd put it into the animations folder, and then from there we would put it into our animator, and then once it was in there, then we'd be able to make it we'd be able to set parameters, make those, and then run it in the animation, and then it would appear here, right? So, the next thing that we learned, and this is something really, really cool, is we learned how to use tile. We learned how to use like tile maps, right? So tile maps are this really cool thing. So you guys know your like Mario, your Castlevania, all that stuff that revolves around like pixel art and tiles, right? So a lot of these things operate, especially in Unity, around just the tile map system that they give you, which is really, really cool. So for that, we have a tile palette. So an important thing about this tile palette is, so let's say for the platform tile map, it's just the ground here, right? So all this is appearing here. That's going to be the first layer. So the tile map, the platform, is always going to appear above the water and the background, right? And so you got to always make sure that if you're painting with platform pieces, that you're painting in the platform's tile map or whatever, and then background, water, right? Another thing that we learned is, so we oops, I don't think that was on. Let me see if that still works. I just wanna make sure. I didn't mean to do that. So okay, I probably do have to turn that on then. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry. I just want to show you guys. I didn't mean to click that. And okay, yeah. So I was right. I had to keep that on. Okay, right. So one cool thing that we did. So we went into our oh, I also have to show you guys this too. So Sorry for jumping around a lot, but this is actually important, and I'll forget about it if I don't show you it right now. So we actually created a prefab of our player, Kittle, and then we added a rigid body, so that now he's affected by physics, a capsule collider, so now he can't fall through the ground, and a player input system. And what is that is, so we just started doing this, but this essentially means, so one cool thing you can do is, so for the player, right, spacebar equals jump. So if I click the spacebar, I'm going to jump. And for the UI, that would be like, oh, if I click on him with my left thing, I can make him grow 10 times or something like that. So it's like really cool. So you can basically assign motions and functions that you click on in your like game controls to this character. So let's say I had like 9 be like, oh, now you're firing a bow. Or 7 be play the animation for roll and move a certain amount of distance. So that's like really cool. And so now going back to our, let me see, tiles here. So what we did for tiles, so we created a tile called, where is it? Sorry, I might have to expand this for a second if you guys give me a moment. We created a new tile, might be here. Here. It's called rule tile. So all the other tiles we just downloaded, but what's cool about these rule tiles is we're basically like assigning laws to these tiles so that they'll only appear under certain situations. And then these extra things are like different things that could happen when you click it. So for example, this dark space could be I'll show you guys. This dark space could be, instead it could be one of those cool little fossil pieces instead, which adds like a little variety to the game. So like you'll see here, I'll bring this back here. So this is all painted with the rule tile block, and all this right here, oh sorry, I don't know what happened there. All this right here is the rule tile block. So for example, let's say I paint like this, and then I paint underneath. So now it's going to recognize, it's going to say, oh yeah, because there are no, because this has to be the top, this has to be the bottom, because it's underneath the top piece. And then, let's say I do this. So now, it's going to be building that little track up there, and that's just because of the rule tiles. If I just do this, it's going to be fully blocked off, and if I do this and stuff, it's going to randomly put those in there. So I think that's really cool, and it's, like, really useful to do, like, to quickly paint like maps and stuff, and it just allows like a lot of utility and ease, right? So I think that's probably it for most of the stuff I've covered. Yep, I've showed you guys the tile maps and such, the animations. But one thing I just wanted to cover at the last end. So over last week with like the whole with my whole quiz game, I think that is like an opportunity for like everyone to learn and see like the fact that you won't always succeed while coding, especially in like research and development things where you're like doing your own thing. But it's important that you just keep working forward. Even if you have to move on from that specific project and start again, do something different, as long as you just keep moving forward and don't give up on your goal, you'll be fine. Thank you guys for watching my video. Have a good day.